Hi, I'm County Commissioner Jeff Fix. For the past year or so, we've been working on a comprehensive land use plan for Fairfield County in the hopes that we could work with the townships and the villages throughout the county to give them a toolbox to be prepared for the growth that we know is coming our way. I've talked in previous videos about the pressure that's building in Fairfield County for development, both commercial and residential. With Intel to the north and the city of Columbus pushing out from the west, the pressure is building. We're getting calls on a regular basis from folks who are going to be doing business with Intel who want to build a business here in Fairfield County. And for that, we need employees, and those employees need places to live. And so we've been trying to get ready for that. And started about a year or so ago, went through a pretty involved process, had a steering committee made up of different township trustees and village officials and other stakeholders, and went through the process with them. We had a pretty good turnout at a big meeting out at our Workforce Development Center where people got to put dots on maps and kind of talk about where they thought growth should happen. And we put the plan out on the internet and put it up display here in our county offices, and I think we got 300 plus comments on the plan and felt like we had got it to a good place. And then we went to a big meeting over at our record center, and surprisingly a couple hundred people showed up. Most of them were angry. It was a little warm in that room, and we got a lot of feedback that felt like people weren't comfortable with where we were. They weren't happy with the process. They felt like they hadn't been included. And there was just a lot of frustration in the room that night. And at first I was pretty defensive about that. Felt like we'd put a lot of work in and didn't understand why people didn't feel like they'd been included. But after reflecting on it, the reality is that if people feel like they haven't been included, then they haven't been included. So we pulled the plan back, and we decided to go and meet with every single township and every single village at their place, right? And had 25 of those meetings. And we also met with the Farm Bureau, and we met with the school superintendents, all to listen, right? To talk about why the plan is important, to talk about the idea that we're creating this toolbox for townships and villages to use if they choose, to either create their own plan or pull down a portion of our plan, to talk about zoning codes, to talk about water and sewer, to talk about economic development and workforce development. And we took our whole team to every one of those meetings. Regional planning was heavily involved, soil and water. Had a great team that went out to all the different villages and townships, and really, based on all the feedback that we got, made some pretty significant changes to our plan. So tonight we're going to go through those changes and share them with you, and I appreciate all of you coming tonight. And I really appreciate the folks who took a minute to talk about their experience with this plan and how it has evolved over time. You're going to get a chance to hear from those folks here in a little bit, but we're excited about the plan because almost township for township and village for village, the dynamic has changed from, oh no, we don't want that, we don't need that, we don't want growth, to now we know growth is coming, we need to have a plan for it, we need to manage that growth, and we're going to take advantage of it. And the county is here to help make that happen, right? We're not trying to dictate what anybody does. We're not trying to talk about how land is used specifically. That's up to the township trustees and the village councils and mayors. But we're here to provide support in any way we can. So I look forward to a great conversation tonight, and appreciate everybody being here. Thank you.
Well, Hocking Township's a pretty busy little township right now. We're hoping for some new growth coming in and that kind of thing. We have a fire department now. We've had it now for 10 years, and we're very proud of that we established our own fire department. We had 888 runs last year, so we're very busy. Proud of that fact. We've got two other trustees now, Wes Hurley and Steve Wolf, and our fiscal officer is Charles Ressley, and we work very well as a team. Very proud of that. We feel that like we answer our residents. On a daily basis, I get calls from residents and I try to respond, but we're looking for some future growth in Hocking Township.
Pleasant Township is growing. We had a tax levy a couple years ago, and we hired on another full-timer for each shift. We had a record high of EMS runs last year, the most we've had in Pleasant Township, so that is serving the community. Obviously want to make sure everybody's safe and we're able to respond in a timely manner.
Well, it being my third term, this is the best our fire department's ever been. All the guys are happy. They're working together. They love being in that fire department. They love everything they're doing, which is great. We would like to hire one more guy in our road department, but right now it's just can't happen with money-wise. So other than that, we're going to have a new physical officer, so we're going to have to go through that. And everything else is doing really good.
Thurston is a very small village. We have about 604 residents. It's definitely a homey, small town feel. We're looking for growth, and there's a lot to come.
We're a small community, 750 some people, kind of landlocked through the township of Amanda and the township of Clear Creek. We got a lot of farmland around. We've got pretty decent base of, we have Midwest Fabricating and Amanda Clear Creek schools, which helps us on our 1% income tax that basically funds 60% of our total funding for the village.
When we first looked at the comprehensive plan that the county got out, Mr. Fix's name was mud. We did not like him, we were not happy, and it was bad. We were not happy with the commissioners whatsoever. And once you get together in there and you learn the tools, and we've got to deal with Lancaster probably as much as anybody else out here has to deal with. And Commissioner Fix and his team it turned me around. I got a whole new light of things, and I actually had to apologize to the man.
I was in favor of it from the start. I never felt like it was going to be a bad thing. I feel like it's going to be a good thing if you look at it in the right way. The problem with it was there was a lot of misconceptions out, and a lot of people misunderstood what it was all about. And I think the main thing that people need to remember with the land use plan is that you are a property owner. And as long as you own that property, then that is your property. And you can do with your property what you want, whether or however it's zoned, as far as it's within zoning code. So I think that was one of the big things that we had to hurdle to get over on that.
I was a little nervous and hesitant when I first heard about the land use plan. There was a lot of rumors and small town gossip. We heard a lot of negatives and not so many positives. So now that Commissioner Fix has come down and he talked to us, explained everything, we all feel a lot better. Our main goal is to educate our village and the community what the plan is and how it's going to benefit our village.
After meeting with Mr. Fix, we sort of got on the same page and have an idea of where we're at and where we need to be.
So I was curious about the land use plan, wanted to hear all sides, see what it was about, and look at how we can collaborate with the county, the city of Lancaster, and the village of Pleasantville. Our plans are looking at the areas that were connected to Village of Pleasantville, City of Lancaster, and those areas where we can bring in some potential industry or growth of residential growth, bringing in sewer system, water, as I feel that's important for some of the communities as well.
We've got the 33 corridor that comes right down through the middle of our township. Then we have Coon Path and Lithopolis Road and Election House Road. I think it's going to be okay. I'm really happy with how we're moving, and we are not going to push a lot of multifamily living and that kind of stuff. We're going to push industrial, commercial, local business, and maybe some small housing development areas. But other than that, I think everything's working in the right direction.
We have a lot of growth coming, I feel, and we are surrounded by farmland and a lot of people selling right now. So we really want to see light industrial, but additional homes coming in and our village growing. The county has been great to work with, very informative and quick to respond. And I look forward to working with them some more.
Well, I'd like to see quality housing, quality business. I want to look toward the future, not in the past, because by doing that, I think we're hitting it on the head that we're looking for progress, positive progress.
Yeah, we are looking around basically our bypass area and so forth, and we are trying to work out a JED with Lancaster City, and we're hoping that that's going to happen within the next 5 to 6 months. We've been working on that for quite a while, and we would love to see that happen, because I think if that happens, then we can also work with the City of Lancaster, where both of us is a win-win.
I'm looking forward to the growth. I feel like there is a lot of potential, especially making nearby village much more stable, and our zoning, just making it better for our residents.
We've got a positive note going on right now, and I'm really happy with that.
It's positive things. We have to stay on a positive atmosphere.
We're going to look for future development. We're going to work with our residents and hope that we can obtain that.